it's Gina with Standing Promises, and I was just tuning in with you. We're starting our Valentine card challenge this February. We did a Christmas card challenge back in December, and we read through the book of Luke. There's 24 chapters in Luke, so we started on the first day of December and read it till December 24th, and that way there was 24 days to send a Christmas card to somebody. And with each passage we read, we kind of selected a certain grouping of people to send cards to. So we thought it would be cool to do that kind of throughout the year, but traditionally my mom would always send cards for every holiday, and we lost her back in April. And so kind of just to carry on the Wilma Jean trend that she always did, we decided to start sending cards out periodically, because it's kind of just a nice way to drop a note, encourage someone, just tell them you're thinking of them. And so this month of February, usually we send out Valentine's, and February 14th is Valentine's Day, so we celebrate our loved ones, and we thought it would be cool to celebrate our loved ones by sending not love notes, but encouraging messages, notes, cards, whatever, just to let them know you're thinking of them, you're supporting them, you encourage them, whatever you're thinking. But we're reading through 1 Corinthians 13. That's the scripture that's very popularized. You see it a lot on posters and stuff. It talks about love is patient, love is kind. And so we're going to go through each day. And I had the third day, actually, we started love is patient together, and then she did kind, and then today I have envy. So I'm going to read through 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, and then I'll talk to you more about envy, okay? All right, so 1 Corinthians 4 says, 13:4, says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Oh, love that scripture. So we decided to take that scripture and build on it. So like I said, I have love does not envy. So I looked up some scriptures about envy in the Bible, and one of the ones that kind of stood out to me was from Proverbs, and it says, Proverbs 14:30 says, a heart at peace gives life. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. And so I started looking up what envy means, and it's kind of a sugar-coated version of just jealousy. But when I started thinking about envy, if we truly look at this, I have heard pastors say, instead of saying love is patient, love is kind, plug in the word God. God is patient, God is kind. God does not envy. And so when you think about, if we're to love others and not envy people, because Christ does not envy, then technically, if Christ lives in us, we shouldn't envy. We shouldn't let that well up in our hearts as well, right? But we live in a world where social media is so profound and so, everywhere. And, with every turn, you see this person's perfect little marriage photo, session that they had, and they post pictures of their perfect little children, and they post pictures of this awesome vacation that they went on, and oh look, they've just bought their 16-year-old a brand new Porsche, and and it's, you can very much become envious of what others have. And so oftentimes that starts to well up in us, you think, oh man, if I just had that job and I made that kind of money, man, I could do those things. I could buy my kid that car. I could go on that cool vacation. I could be happy. I could be happy just like they are. But I know there's been a time in my life where I definitely fell into the envious trap, and I wanted everything. I bought things. I needed this. I wanted that. This house wasn't good enough. Let's get bigger. I don't like this car anymore. Let's get a different car, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with any of it. My house was fine. My cars were fine. I didn't need 18,000 pair of shoes. I kind of still have shoes, but anyway, but I thought that those things would make me happy, but what I realized is I wasn't content. Like, I didn't have contentment in my heart, and I don't know, it's like I may not have had all those things that looked so appealing to me. I may not have had those things that I saw in those posts, or the perfect situation, the Pinterest mom that, made the perfect snack for her kid at school. I may not have had those things or done those things, or, had the job that I felt like I needed to have. But God had already blessed me abundantly. Like I said, I had a perfectly fine car. I had a perfectly fine house. My kids, they're just typical kids. They're good. They have trying moments, but they're not, horrible. But I wasn't content. That was the whole thing that was missing. And since I had that contentment in my heart, I had to come to the term of, what, God has given me everything I need. God has blessed me more abundantly than some, and I have to kind of look at it through that lens. So now, instead of being envious of the things I see, the things I think I want, I turn that around, and I'm happy for those people. I'm happy that, oh wow, that's cool. They must have they can provide for their family, and they can do these cool things, and that's awesome. And I am happy for them, because I know, even though I may not be able to do some of the things or have some of the things that other people have, I know that I am just as equally blessed as they are. It's just my blessings come in different forms and looks different. So just know that, being loving is to not have envy in your heart for others. So instead of feeling envious and feeling like, man, like you don't quite measure up, or you don't quite fit in with the Joneses, just know that you are abundantly blessed, and you have everything that God has, everything that He has for you too. And like I said, your blessings may not look like everybody else's, but you're blessed in another way. So thanks for listening. We'll tune in tomorrow to hear Tiffany's word, which I think is boastfulness. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening.